Avengers Endgame madness is literally driving people to madness. Or to beat the living hell out of other people and put them into a hospital. So you guys have probably seen reports out there. There wasn't just one, there was actually a couple. I want to say I read 3 separate reports about incidents these past, few days with Avengers Endgame rolling out. And essentially they're all the same. Somebody ended up getting out of a screening of Avengers Endgame. They saw a line of people, and they proceeded to literally get into the people's faces in some cases, and spew out spoilers, such as who dies, important plot points, and so forth. And the reaction from the people in line was to get hostile and literally beat the living hell out of the people, putting them in the hospital. And, I'm not gonna say, oh, that was a great decision or something, but I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate on both sides. So first and foremost, the dude coming out of the theater, knowing what the ending is, clearly was being a D-bag and wanted to spoil this for many people. He shouldn't have done that. Be respectful. At the same time, the people's response in the line was completely out of line. They should not have beat the hell out of this person and put them in the hospital. But here's where I'm going to play a little devil's advocate. Many of these people, like myself, have been there since day one. There's a lot of us that actually saw The Incredible Hulk in movie theaters. I know those numbers are clearly few because look at the box office numbers, right? And clearly there's a lot of people that didn't watch most of Phase 1 up until the Avengers, right? They skipped Captain America and Thor. Once again, box office reflects this. Many of us saw these movies and were invested. Some people have important events that they remember from their lives around these movies. I certainly do. I met some great people at the premiere of the Avengers. One of them was a guy who was just barely 20 years old. Right after Age of Ultron, I know him, for a couple years. We became friends. He passed away from a blood clot one night. So, at Endgame, I was there with his brother, and we were like, he's watching with us. Imagine if somebody spoiled, that type of event for you, right? You'd probably get emotional, being like, it's a reaction, right? And that's not right. So you don't know the situation. So that is me playing devil's advocate. So I can completely understand why some people will get outright angry and beat the living hell out of someone. It's not right, but it's not right to spoil something like this for someone either. This is literally a once in a lifetime. This is a decade of our lives we've invested into in some cases. And you have no right to spoil it for people. So I don't want to say, you were right to get the hell beat out of you, but you gambled it and you risked it and you got what they thought was right. It's terrible, but you shouldn't have done that to people, and at the second time, some of those people shouldn't have reacted the way they did. But then again, we don't know what their case is.